Before we start the video, I have a brand new, never before seen Iron Man series premiering this Saturday, so if you wanna see that, consider subscribing. It's gonna be so good. Mwah, love you. Oh, and we have the 20 million GP giveaway from my previous video that I definitely did not forget about because my monkey brain couldn't handle the load. But here we are. We have a total of 40 people who gave me their usernames, and I'm gonna pick a random winner just so you guys don't think I'm scamming you. Here we go. Good luck to all the contestants. And the winner is, I see a lot of names. Polentus Max, congratulations for winning 20 million GP. You can contact me on Discord. Link in the description. Okay, let's start this. Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I wanna just have a chat with you. That's all. I wanna make this like a really chill conversation where I just talk a little. You and me, babe. There's two of us here and you're gonna listen to me. Okay, sorry, that was aggressive. Do anything in RuneScape right now. Skilling, Slayer, PVM, whatever. Put my video in the background and let's have a chat, okay? Okay. I try to make my videos as fair as possible. Whenever something needs criticizing in old school RuneScape, I go all in. And if I feel like you people are giving Jagex too much to-do, I defend them. Unfortunately, today we're gonna go with the first option. Not because I so much enjoy trashing Jagex, that goes without saying, but because once again, corporate overlords, shameless money grabbing and deceive will without a doubt win again in RuneScape. How did we get here? How did we get to a point where slapping a few extra servers to the already existing list of servers is somehow new content suddenly? If you don't know what I'm talking about, Jagex's new idea to introduce in old school RuneScape are fresh start servers, which basically dumps all new players into separate worlds, and then they are gonna be like, you play, me get more money. This all started with RuneScape 3, where they also had fresh start servers with boosted experience, boosted drops, good rewards, milestone goals, extra benefits, and much more. It is now assumed that corporate overlords in Jagex wanted the same thing for old school RuneScape, but the thing is, they can't add in all those juicy rewards that we have in RuneScape 3 because the game mode will otherwise ruin the integrity of old school RuneScape, and that is a big no-no. So now they're still demanding that these fresh start servers are added into old school RuneScape, but they are literally removing every single aspect that should make the fresh start enjoyable for everyone, and there's gonna be absolutely no difference between the main game I'm playing right now and the new servers Jagex adds, besides the fact that there is no economy or ecosystem, which you could argue is worse for new players. There is no incentive to join it just kinda exists there. Now Jagex themselves are promoting this as a new opportunity for returning and new players to start over, because somehow they think all the new players are gonna be super sad that everyone is ahead of them in the main game. And even though the simple fact that old school RuneScape is one of the most solo MMOs out there already makes me question what they wrote had any merit to this update at all. It doesn't even matter how much ahead others are from you, since you do this adventure mostly on your own rather than for others. Also, what are these new players competing with that Jagex so dearly holds close to them? Not once did I start a new game and my first immediate thought process was like, you know what, I just made a new League of Legends account. Challenger, here I come. You know what I mean? It's like, why don't we first spawn in Lumbridge and cut down a few trees before I think of doing hard mode raids? So the idea that new players are behind when they start a new account, I mean, of course they are. That's how you literally start a new game. But you progress throughout weeks and months to get to a point where current players right now are. But let's bite the bullet here and say a completely new player will return to fresh start worlds and start their adventure. The first thing you see when you log in are massive amount of bots. It's a fresh economy. The botting community will absolutely cream over this. And you might say, okay, Jagex is gonna deal with the bots. Don't worry, they will get banned. Oh, you think so? You really think so? How about we go to Lumbridge right now and see how Jagex deals with bots? Okay, here we are. Oh, would you look at that? I haven't even hopped worlds. This is where I usually play, but I bet if I hop any other worlds right now, the same thing will be in another one as well. This is the most simple script you can use for botting. Tell me again how Jagex will handle this problem. Now imagine a new player sees this. You know how in Battle Royale games, when there isn't enough players, they add in bots to make the world seem more alive? This is how it's gonna be in Fresh Start Worlds. Another reason new players should have established economy to actually be able to enjoy the game, because if everyone starts from zero, you don't have any resources in the game. And how I imagine new players go through that experience is looking up instructions from wiki and following those instructions, but if you don't have an economy, you are immediately left out of a lot of content. Well, you could argue that these new players could collect these resources themselves. Yeah, we literally have the most popular game mode in old school RuneScape called Iron Man, which is meant for this kind of content. And guess what? You can even make your own group Iron Man, which promotes playing with your friends, and it's all available in the main game already. I can't wait for new players to have absolutely wrong idea how old school RuneScape works based on non-proven servers, and then return to the main game a few months later, only realizing everything they learned about the game is gonna be different due to the fact that main game already has established ecosystem and economy. So let's get to the reason why this actually is coming to old school RuneScape. This $7 item. These are gold bonds which allow you to explore 100% of old school RuneScape. Jagex knows that if you want to contest in these new servers, you have to cough up real life money, because even though they could not add any of the other juicy content, they could still milk you dry of your money and give nothing back. Because that's the truth. You get nothing new and you pay the full price. But that's okay. You can just use them for membership, right? Wrong, none of the accounts are Iron Man, so you can just buy 100 bonds for $700, sell them for GP, gain an advantage over other players who don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on these new servers, but Jagex still gets the money they were looking for, which, let's be honest, is the only reason they're doing this. It was never about the new players in the first place, and there's nothing wrong with this. I mean, you have to profit somehow as a company. It's not like this is a free game, you need money to operate, but at least give something back for that money to players. That's all you could ask for. No matter if you're talking about new players who are gonna join this, or the existing players that go for world first achievements and top high scores. Jagex says things like main game could scare new players away because everyone is already ahead of them, and then release new servers where people can literally spend real life money to be ahead of these new players. Making separate high scores and world first just reinforces this catering to content creators like us and sweaty players who have ton of money to spend, not new players. And I'm guessing Jagex moderators know this as well, but they have no say in this, because if they did, they would see right through this scheme and say, okay, we need to give them at least something. Which, by the way, side note, I am so sad for Modlight. She was the one who had to announce this, and she got so much abuse on the Reddit thread, which she didn't deserve. Absolutely amazing human being, and I'm always so sad that whenever any of the J-mods come out with bad news, the one who posted it is always the one who gets the flame. She is responding and acknowledging criticism, the negative comments, giving feedback, and is the lifeline between us and Jagex in this topic. Probably nothing comes of this, since, you know, our word doesn't really mean anything when money is involved, which makes sense, but what a trooper. I will salute you, Modlight. Good job. You are amazing. Now, if I was a human being who had more than one brain cell, I would say this is gonna fail. Which is why I'm willing to put 1 billion GP of my own money on the line, saying this will not be successful. And trust me, there's nothing more I would love right now is to be proven wrong. That 1 billion GP will be a droplet in the sea of the fact that we will have thousands of new players in old school RuneScape, which makes me happy. So I'm willing to put this to test. If restart servers are gonna be successful, I will give away 1 billion GP. If not, well, I guess I proved my point that Jagex is out of touch. I don't know, I think we all lose then. My point is, players have been saying this will fail for months now, and Jagex is like, blah blah blah, I can't hear, we're releasing this whether you like it or not. And we're like, Jagex, you haven't put much thought into this. We could make it better. Nope, we're not gonna add anything here and just dump it out and get our fast money. Sure, we'll go with that. So, for it to be successful, it has to fit few criterias. Firstly, after 1 week, RS3 had over 30,000 accounts made in the Fresh Start Worlds. Now, old school RuneScape on average is about 4 times as popular. Like right now, we have about 100,000 old school RuneScape players online and 25,000 from RS3. Of course, you have bots and so on, but we'll go with those numbers. Since RS3 had 30,000 accounts made in the first week, 4 times that is 120,000 accounts. So in the first week of Fresh Start servers, a mildly successful launch would be if we had over 120,000 players sign up and play for at least 30 minutes. But since I'm feeling generous, we can even put it down to 100,000 accounts. The other metric I would love to keep track of as much as possible is to see how many players still actively play this after a few weeks, or when their first bond runs out. which is probably gonna be much harder to track. But honestly, if I check these servers in the middle of November, which is about 3 weeks after release, and see like 100 players per world, we can safely assume it was a disaster. And the third metric, I would love to see if Jagex is actually willing to listen and put at least some effort into this update, because let's be honest, if you look at this picture, some poor artist slapped this together in 10 minutes and called it a day. And that goes with everything on this update. No thought has been put into this. It seems like even J-mods don't care about this that much. So, for it to be successful towards new players, like Jagex is so heavily promoting, I would love to see it being actually advertised instead of silently releasing it. I would love to see actual meaningful progress system and incentive to join the service, and it would benefit the service so much if there was rewards that could help the new players on their journey. It doesn't even have to be before the release, it could be gradually added in, because it does last for 6 months. God, the servers are gonna be so empty after a month, I can already see it. And fourth and final metric for success would be player feedback. Do the new players feel any different? Was there any significant improvement to their gameplay like Jagex wants them to have compared to just enjoying the main game right now? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I said it before and I'll say it again, I would love to be wrong in this case. So if you're a new player, please let me know after a few weeks it has come out. Did you enjoy the experience, or would you rather play on the main game? If all 4 are exceeded, I would give away 1 billion GP. I don't even have 1 billion GP bank right now, I think it's around 700 mil or something, which means I have to start grinding very hard. But I just know for a fact this won't happen. Once again, I would love to be proven wrong. Once again, I'm saying this once again. I would love to be proven wrong. There is nothing more I would like to see than this game thrive. But I feel like this is a kick in the nuts for everyone involved. J-mods are getting abused, players are getting more frustrated. Sure, there might be a few thousand new players we get, but that's it. And considering we don't even get our actual loud fresh start servers called leagues, this kind of feels like meh. But unfortunately, this is the situation we are in right now. Jagex is slapping their PP on the table and saying, like it or not, this is how it's gonna be from now on. But I don't want that, and I talked about this before. There are so many good ideas that come from the community on how to make this better experience for literally everyone, and Jagex has ignored them all. Yep, classic. Like, there was this cool idea where maybe it's possible to make the first bond cheaper for newer players and call it Fresh Start Worlds bonds, so they get hooked on the game, and if they enjoy it, they can just continue playing for the regular price. There was an idea where why not do the same as RuneScape 3, where you feel like you make actual progress, you get rewarded untradeable items every time you level up, or complete a task, complete a quest, hunt monsters, and so on. Well, they did that in terms of achievement points, but it literally does nothing. It does nothing. You could have 1,000,000 points, you could have 0 points, it doesn't matter. There's no rewards if you gain these points, there's no high scores for these points. Once again, they kind of just exist there. Jagex says these are for guiding new players, but now we have 3 things guiding new players. We have adventure bots, we have activity advisor, and now we even have achievement points. If anything, this is gonna confuse the hell out of new players because they don't know what the hell is going on. And you can see how little effort Jagex put into this interface because they don't mean anything. It's like a slap of text on top of some boxes and call it a day after 10 minutes. What is going on? What is happening to the game I love? Wow, my wood cutting went from level 2 to level 3. I got 4 achievement points which do nothing. It's like Jagex was thinking, hey, how can we confuse new players even more? Let's make a system that makes no sense. And finally, there was an idea that I came up with where we should have somewhat like a teacher-student relationship on these new servers. Every new player can be assigned a teacher, and every teacher can take on multiple students. We will have specific friend chat to guide new players when they ask questions. You both start fresh accounts, which means you start on similar levels. There is social and human aspect involved that you don't usually get when you play old school RuneScape because it's a solo game. You can even make an extra Discord server in the official old school RuneScape Discord where you can talk about the new experience, maybe even do a voice chat, literally anything to at least attempt to make this more enjoyable experience for everyone. But that will require for Jagex to actually put effort into releasing their content, and we can't have that. So my proposal is, if Fresh Start Worlds are successful, I will give away 1 billion GP to the old school RuneScape community, and if any of the J-mods are listening, please do anything, like anything at all about this to give new players and old players more incentive to enjoy this service. That's it from me. I love you all very much, and I'll see you in a few days with my new Iron Man series. Bye!